Friday night, a beautiful night at the Big A, as they begin a 3-game set against the division rival, Oakland Athletics. Hi, everyone. From inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubicza. Glad you could join us here for Angels baseball. Tonight, the Angels will be facing the left-hander by the name of Dallas Braden. You don't know who he is? You've been living under a rock. This is the guy that threw the perfect game on Mother's Day last Sunday. What should we expect the day after effect, or at least in this case, the start after effect?
Well, Victor, I don't think he's going to be on David Letterman, that's for sure. He's going to have to go out there and pitch tonight. He doesn't wow you with overall stuff. An 87 to 91 mile-an-hour fastball, pretty good curveball, good changeup. He pitches inside so well, cuts the fastball, sinks the fastball, and throws a lot of strikes. An aggressive guy by nature, a very good pickoff move at first base, but above all, he has his guys active in the field because he's a guy that doesn't waste any time in between pitches and throws a lot of strikes.
One of the things that was impressive, of course, it was the 19th perfect game in Major League Baseball history. He did it against the best team in baseball at that time, and currently the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, of course, the Angels have been struggling to start this season. They've had the second toughest schedule behind the Baltimore Orioles as far as winning percentage against. They've got to get it done against the American League West, even though they've only played 6 games within the division.
Well, Victor, they've had some success over the past few years, of course, against the AL West. They're going to have to tap into that right now. They're not playing particularly good baseball, but if the reality is, if you start playing well against Oakland, you start playing well against Texas, who their next opponent is on the road, and all of a sudden Seattle, that we saw what they could do against them up there in Seattle, you got a much better chance of winning the division. But the reality is you have to throw strikes on the mound to start the game off. You got to catch the ball and get some key hits in the right time. Then you can win division games, and that's the important thing.
Well, speaking of division games, they got 5 in a row, 3 against Oakland and 2 against Texas. So it's an opportunity for them to get it going. We mentioned Dallas Braden. He'll be going up against Joe Saunders, looking to turn things around. Same with the Angels offense, a different lineup with Howie Kendrick in that 2-hole. We've got lineups in first pitch when we return.
Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball. Nobody beats Howard's. By your Southern California Hyundai dealers. Want more MPG? Hyundai has it. With 7 models that get 30 miles per gallon or more, Hyundai is now the most fuel-efficient car maker in America. And by Shakey's Pizza. What did pitcher Doc Ellis wear in his hair on the field? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. Inside the Big A, the Oakland A's in town for the first of 3. Night game tonight, night game tomorrow, and then a day game as the Angels wrap up this 6-game homestand on Sunday afternoon. Tonight, Angels game is presented in spectacular high definition by Time Warner Cable. It's been a tough go for the Angels of late. They lost 2 of 3 to the Tampa Bay Rays and roll into tonight's action with a 15-21 mark, 5.5 games back of the division-leading Texas Rangers, who are losing right now to the Toronto Blue Jays up at the Rogers Center. This is a lineup that Bob Guerin and his 18-17 Oakland Athletics will run out. Coach Pennington leading things off at shortstop. Adam Rosales at second base. Derek Burton at first. Kevin Kuzmanoff, first year with the Oakland A's after 3 with the Padres. Before that, the Cleveland Indians. Jake Fox out in left field. Landon Powell doing the catching. Josh Donaldson is the DH. Gabe Gross out in right field. And playing the role of caboose in this starting 9 is Rajay Davis. He's the center fielder. Rajay, the former leadoff man, the first time the Oakland A's were in town during that opening week here. That starting 9 will face left-hander Joe Saunders. Comes in with a 1-5 mark and a 6.19 ERA, but pitched a little bit better against the Mariners last weekend.
And another big thing you look at, 19 walks, only 15 strikeouts. He's just got to forget about that. Start all over right now. He's 4-1 last season alone against Oakland, 9-4 career-wise. So you got to use that as a positive step. Attack the middle of the plate. Let the movement take care of itself. Pitch inside to the righties and get him out with that sinker change-up combination. If Joe does that, is aggressive around the strike zone, he should be successful tonight, particularly with that stuff he's been taking out at 94.
Here's the Home Depot doing more on defense behind Joe Saunders in this ballgame. Rivera's in left, Hunter in center, Abreu in right. On the infield, you've got Wood and Ivar on the left side, Kendrick and Morales on the right side with Mike Napoli doing the catching.
When I look at Kenyon Morales, the improvement he's made from the beginning part of the season last year to this season, he's one of the best defenders at first base. Turns that double play, that 3-6-3, very well. Has been asked to scoop a number of throws in the dirt. He's done a solid job with that. Aggressive, almost at the point where he's too aggressive on ground balls. This pass him to Howie Kendrick, so guy's been doing great, and of course Howie doing the same.
Howie in the 2 spot in tonight's lineup. We'll run that lineup down for you when the Angels come up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Just about ready for balls and strikes here. Brian O'Nora will be behind the plate. Phil Cuzzy at first. Scott Barry at second. Chris Guccione over at third base. Tonight's arbiters, as they are called in Spanish. Saunders coming up that start against the Mariners. He was 5 2/3, giving up 3 runs, only 1 earned on 5 hits, but he walked 5 and struck out just 2. Cliff Pennington takes ball 1 to start this game. This is an A's team that has been struggling of late. Mark Ellis is on the disabled list. So is Kurt Suzuki. Justin Duchscherer as well. And now we're going to get Justin Duchscherer apparently getting to start tomorrow night. It was to be determined if Pennington puts one out in left field and lead off base hit for the Oakland A's. So take a look at the Hyundai keys to the game on Joe Saunders.
You know, I think what we talked about is 9-4 career mark against Oakland. The deal with Mark Ellis right now with that .310 career batting average, 2 dingers. He's got to think in the line of keep the ball down, get some ground balls, be aggressive in the strike zone. Don't worry about giving up a hit here and there because you have that ability to get that double play.
Joe making his 8th start of the year. As Adam Rosales steps up, he's the second baseman, takes a strike on the outside corner. Rosales, 257, 2 home runs, one of which was hit here at the Big A during that opening week. And he has cooled off in the month of May. He had over 300 in April. He's under 200 now in May. That's why his batting average has dipped down. Opponents hitting .319 against Saunders coming into tonight. This one off the end of the bat. Joe's only play is going to be to first base. And Rosales is retired as Pennington moves to second base. So 1 out now for Derek Bart. There's a situation right off the end of the bat. Sometimes that movement on that baseball off the end of the bat sometimes can be tricky, but Joe Saunders kept himself under control. His legs planted the right way to be able to spin around and make that throw to get the first out of the inning. Barton at 285, a couple of home runs, 14 runs batted in. Very patient at the plate. He's third in the American League in walks with 24. As he swings at the first pitch to confirm his patience at the plate.
That is unusual for him, but he came in there this season alone, hitting .444 against the Angels, .328 in his career. So he's hit the ball very well. We saw in that opening series in which he hit the ball well the other way. He's able to drive the ball to both the left center and right center.
Between spring training and now the first 6 weeks of the season, Barton has drawn 46 walks. He had 22 free passes picked up in spring training, 24 here in the West. Pickoff move, and nobody was cutting in behind Pennington. Nice job by Joe Saunders to kind of pick that up. Not only hold the ball, but also do a little spin move.
So that spin move, that's perfect too. He would have had a great jump. Obviously, you didn't pick him off there, and you had an opportunity. But the reality is now Pennington will not have that feeling of taking a big, gigantic lead and going now because he's going to be aware of the possibility of a pickoff.
0-1. Breaking balls into for a strike. And Pennington will run. I mean, the A's don't typically run a whole lot. They've got 20 stolen bases on the year. That's tied for 9th in the American League this year. But Pennington's 4 of 5. Time is called as Barton got tired of waiting in that batter's box. The A's as a team, a .251 batting average. 8th in the American League. Don't hit a whole lot of home runs, just 22. That's 12th. Here's the 0-2. That almost got him.
Good pitch, though. I was thinking in lines with Joe. Just go elevate a fastball up and in. Clearly, Barton's looking away. He's going to try to serve the ball into left field, whether it be a fastball or a breaking pitch on the outer half. Back it up, too, with a fastball right back inside on him.
There goes Pennington. The 1-2's outside. The throw down from Napoli is in time. Pennington thrown out for the second time this year, apparently arguing with Chris Puccioni as if to say he got the hand in on the back part of the base. And he's not going to win that battle. And Barton went down looking, so it's a strike him out, throw him out. It's an inning-ending double play just like that. Very efficient. 3 batters up, 3 batters down. But you got to like the caught stealing by Mike Napoli.
Confidence booster for Mike Napoli. Quick release, catch and throw.
Angels coming up. 9 for his ball club tonight. A little shift in that lineup with Eric Ibar leading things off at shortstop. Howie Kendrick moves up to the 2-hole. He's at second base. And then drop everybody down. Bobby Abreu in the 3-hole. Torrey Hunter, the cleanup man. Kenji Morales in the 5 spot at first base. Hideki Matsui batting 6th, the DH. Juan Rivera's in left. Mike Napoli is in there. And Brandon Wood rounding out that starting 9, facing Derek Barton. Scal was great. Derek Barton was the guy who struck out looking to end the top of the first inning.
Yeah, Dallas last time out had a pretty good game. Perfect game. 4-2 mark on the season. Good ERA, 3.33. The reality is he threw the ball so well. 6 punch-outs in that perfecto. Got a lot of ground balls. Pitches inside very well.
Ibar will bouncer up the middle. And Rosales behind the bag with the sidearm flip to first. Retires Ibar, and there's out number 1. The Angels getting some help in that top of the first inning as we look at the defense for Oakland. Jake Fox in left, Rajay Davis in center, Dave Gross in right. You've got Alphabet Soup on the left side, Kevin Kuzminoff, Cliff Pennington on the left side, Rosales and Barton on the right, and Landon Powell doing the catching.
Kevin Kuzminoff should be very busy at third base with a pitcher, a lefty throwing inside as much as he does. A lot of ground balls to third base, some in the kitchen where he's going to have to come in and make that play also.
Howie batting .288 on the year with a couple of home runs. And I was talking about the top of the first inning, the Angels getting a break. The strike 3 call to Derek Barton wasn't even close to strike. So not only that, Mike Napoli vacated from behind the plate to throw out Cliff Pennington. And Pennington on the replays, I think he got the hand in there, even though he hit the left foot of Brandon Wood. And those are the little things that the Angels need to capitalize on. There's the called strike 3.
Off the plate, 90-mile-an-hour. Quick catch and release from Mike Napoli at third base, though, which is a good sign.
So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mike's been working so hard to be able to get that catch and throw release point going again. Man, it's up to the pitchers to give him a better chance. A little quicker to the plate, hold the baseball, slow down that running game.
Yeah, up the middle, going to his right is the second baseman, Adam Rosales, who does a nice job getting rid of that ball. And just like that, 2 quick outs.
Still, you see a couple ground balls that made up the middle for Pennington and now Rosales. Same thing. A perfect game when you think about his last time out. They have to make every play behind you. And then both these plays were not easy plays that his infielders have made for him so far.
So 2 outs, nobody on here. Bobby Abreu steps in. A .254 batting average with 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Third game in which Bobby is hit in the 3-hole. Mike Scioscia talking about giving him some opportunities to drive in some runs as opposed to being a guy that trying to get on base. It's been a tough go, especially with the struggles of Eric Ibar of late, to get guys on base. Not only that, on base and in scoring position. And when there, bringing them home. So it's just one of those things that has kind of snowballed.
Bobby's been a guy that's always been in that run-producing position throughout his whole career, whether it's with the Philadelphia Phillies, the New York Yankees, with the Angels in the past, a guy that can drive in some key runs.
2-1 out to left center field. That's going to get down. Base hit for Bobby Abreu. He's thinking about second base. A throw in from Jake Fox is cut off. And the relay's not in time, so it's a 2-out double for Bobby. And we can get rid of the talk about back-to-back no-hitters or back-to-back perfect games.
The thing you got to like about Dallas Braden, though, he doesn't waste any time in between pitches. He's not going to wow you with overall stuff. You see that fastball there in the inner half at 88 miles an hour, and Bobby was able to fight it off and go to left center. But he's realizing right out of the batter's box, he's thinking double. Once that turn around the base, gets in there. Aggressive base running, now in scoring position.
That's his 12th double of the year as Torrey Hunter swings the first pitch and pops one up to right. Gabe Gross is there. Makes the catch for out number 3. So the Angels have had troubles against the Rays with men in scoring position. Leave one stranded. No score through 1.
CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. And by Carl's Jr. Charbroiled, black Angus beef, crispy bacon, and 4 slices of melted cheese on grilled bread. The new grilled cheese bacon burger. Only at Carl's Jr. starting at $2.49.
Top of the second, beautiful shot from inside the Big A. It is Big Bang Friday. Angels hoping for some big bangs against Dallas Braden. They got 1 hit. So Johnny Vandermeer is safe. The only pitcher ever to throw back-to-back no-hitters. Consecutive starts.
It seems like that's always going to be a safe record. You
Yeah.
can't break it. You got to go 3 times. You can't break it.
You tie it. Impressive, though. Kevin Kuzman off, Jake Fox, Landon Powell to face Joe Saunders, who had a strikeout in that first inning. Kuzman off, you see his numbers there, 272 in his first year with the Oakland Athletics as the everyday third baseman. Bobby Abreu calls Howie Kendrick off. And there's out number 1. As we take a look now at our FoxSportsWest.com poll question, will anyone in Major League Baseball ever throw consecutive no-hitters again? How about that? We were just talking about it, and boom, it's our poll question.
How is that possible?
And it's one of your favorites. It's yes or no.
50-50.
Absolutely. So you're saying
gonna
there's a chance.
Yeah. I'm going with no.
You're going with no?
No.
I would agree with you. Log on to FoxSportsWest.com. Cast your vote. Get you updated totals a little bit later on. And then Billy Mack and Jose Mota will have the results in the post-game show as that breaking pitch is in there for strike 1. No 1 pitch, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Jake Fox at 230 on the year with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Joe Saunders threw just 10 pitches in that first inning, 7 for strikes. Off the end of the bat, foul. Count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mentioned those 5 2/3 innings that Saunders threw against the Mariners. In his last go around, got the no decision, even though he allowed 3 runs. Trying to snap that losing streak, which is currently at 3. This one's off the end of the bat into shallow right again. Kendrick at the angle. Bobby Abreu makes a basket catch at the last minute. 2 outs.
Some kind of play. He was screened, too, by Howie going down that line. Saunders very happy about that play by Bobby Abreu down the line. Well, he had to go a long way. He was shaded in the right center field. Howie going out strong for that baseball at the last second. Bobby puts the glove out, makes the play. He's trying to find out where Howie's at, has to stop, change direction, and still make the catch. The type of plays as a pitcher, especially a guy who's been struggling, you got the defense playing behind you, got to make you feel good.
Landon Powell takes a strike on the outside corner. Looks like we have a generous strike zone with Brian Honora behind the plate.
Looks like a good one to me, Victor.
Like always. Powell pops from foul. This one will find its place in the seats. Landon Powell was the guy that was behind the plate that caught the perfect game on Mother's Day last Sunday.
Probably just as big a thrill for Powell as it was for Dallas Braden to be able to be behind the plate, call those pitches, frame those pitches on the outside and inside part of the plate, guide the pitcher through it.
Missing outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Not only that, he had a base hit early in that game that put the A's up 1-0, snapping an 0 for 14 stretch. He's just holding down the fort until Kurt Suzuki gets back in the fold. Suzuki's on a rehab assignment, AAA Sacramento. Bob Guerin now in his 4th year at the helm there in Oakland. Trying to turn things around for 3 straight losing seasons. Just missed outside. It's a full count now.
Pretty good spot there for Joe Saunders. Just go right back. The same thing. Fastball. Trust the movement.
Try to get a couple inches of that plate on the outside part.
Liner right to Eric Kaibar. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Saunders. Middle of the second. We are scoreless on a beautiful night here in Anaheim.
Over to talk to Joe Saunders. Just talk about pitch selection. And Mike's got to love what Joe Saunders has done so far in this game. Very aggressive in the strike zone, even a 3-2 pitch. Middle part of the plate, line drive, but an outs and out.
No doubt he has faced the minimum 6 with that cost healing in the first. Here at the bottom of the second, Kendry Morales, Hideki Matsui, Juan Rivera to face Dallas Braden. 26-year-old left-hander out of Stockton, California. Kendry takes a strike. Morales at 281, 7 home runs, team leader in that category, 22 RBIs, also the team leader in runs produced. Batting in the 5-hole. As you pointed out, Dallas Braden doesn't waste a whole lot of time as Kendry pops this one foul on the first base side. It stays in play for Derek Barton. There's out number 1. Hey kids, tomorrow night all kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free Angels pillowcase courtesy of Scholarshare College Savings Plan and Fidelity Investments. Great seats for this game are still available at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Our stage manager Dean just cannot wait.
He might camp out overnight.
He's checking off the dates. And I don't believe he's working on Sunday. So not only can he lay down on the monkey, he gets to sleep in on Sunday. Matsui at 226 with 4 home runs. He's been struggling of late, just a 107 average over the last 16 games. Skies went out to deep right center field, but playable for Rajay Davis. 2 outs.
An outs and out, though, but the reality is for Matsui, the much better approach at the plate on the inner half, waited for that pitch, was able to drive that ball to deep right center field. I feel like it was some sort of a breaking pitch, too, in the inner half. Powers Exmo will show the breaking ball. He got underneath it. Wrist action elevated that pitch. And Matsui, good approach there. He had his hip turn, got the good part of the bat on it. Again, that's what you look for Matsui, to start getting that swing together in which he either can turn on the inner half or go the other way with the fastball.
Especially against left-handed pitching, and especially against a guy like Dallas Braden, who works a lot of off-speed stuff. Juan Rivera takes a strike. Juan's batting average dipping down now to 237 with 4 home runs, 15 driven home. Takes that fastball in. It is 1-1. Outside, going with that changeup. 2 balls and a strike. In that perfect game for Braden last Sunday, threw 109 pitches, struck out 6. Winning that one 4-0 over the Rays. As Rivera drills one out to left field, but playable for Jake Fox. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Braden. We're through 2 here at the Big A, and we are scoreless. Game 1 of this 3-game set between the A's and the Angels. 5 straight against the American League West. By the way, it's time now for our Farmers Insurance True Stories of the game. Joe Saunders last 2 years against the A's. There you have it. Great numbers, including last year 4-1, a 3.26 ERA in 5 starts.
When you can put that type of record against a team in your division, especially a team that's always played the Angels so well, Oakland has.
The Angels just now playing their 7th game against the American League West as Josh Donaldson takes a strike. The flip side of that is that the A's are playing now their 17th game against the American League West. That is up and away, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom third to up for the A's here, Donaldson, Gross, and Davis. And just based on opponents' winning percentage, the Angels, the 2nd most difficult schedule to start the year, as that one's out the left center field, and Torrey Hunter can't get that one. Donaldson racing to second, thinking about third. He'll stop there at second base with a double. Nice effort by Torrey Hunter. That ball kept hooking away from him as Donaldson picks up his first double of the year.
Almost looked like he got off the end of the bat and the ball just kept carrying and going away from Torrey. See, that was off the end. It wasn't a bad pitch. Trying to track it down, carry. Great effort by Torrey. Tracked it down. His eyes stayed right on the baseball all the way through. Ball just kept carrying, going away from him. Tremendous effort, though.
By the way, be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. First career double for Josh Donaldson. 24-year-old who came over from the Chicago Cubs as part of that Rich Harden, Chad Godin deal a couple of years ago. But let's get back to my point about the schedule. I mean, we've talked about it before. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. Once it's put out by Major League Baseball, you just play the games as they are. But it's compounding the issue for the Halos as Gabe Gross takes a strike as far as the inconsistency, and you're playing a very tough schedule. And it's no excuse. Mike Scioscia's the first guy to say it.
Well, I mean, you make a great point. Oakland's played 17 games within the division. Now, the way the division has played so far this season, it hasn't been up to expectations. Oakland's played pretty solid. Texas has been okay. Seattle certainly has not played well this year, and everyone's expecting them to be very good. So the Angels really, when you think about it, have only played a few games within their division. So now it's an opportunity to make up some ground. For Mike Scioscia right now, this is a test for the team to get right back in the race, get close to 500 here before too long, and then take off and start playing against the teams in which it is going to be difficult, the Yankees and the Red Sox of the world, and of course the Minnesota Twins.
On the corner, it's 1-2. Exactly. It's not an excuse. It's really, if anything else, it better be a wake-up call. This is the opportunity for you to start taking the bull by the horns. We talk about the other teams in the division. The Rangers have played 12 games within their division. The Mariners 16. So there's been a pretty good mix of games played amongst the other three teams. And now the Angels with 5 straight, 3 here against the A's, 2 on Monday and Tuesday in Texas. Then they go to the Central with Chicago for 2, and then all of a sudden interleague play. You got the St. Louis Cardinals next weekend.
I think the big thing is for Mike Scioscia, the team just has to put all 3 phases together. They got to pitch well aggressively, throwing strikes. They got to make the plays in the field, and of course get some clutch hits at key times.
Outside, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Second time of the game in which the A's have had a man in scoring position as Gross reaches for that breaking ball, goes down swinging. There's out number 1. Second punch out for Saunders.
Great pitch there, too. When you have man on second with no outs, that's what you're looking for, either a ground ball to that left side of the infield or a strikeout. Perfect pitch. How he was able to get him to swing at that, because the pitch before was a fastball just off the outside corner. It's all about setting up hitters in key spots, being aggressive, getting ahead, and then finishing off with your quality secondary pitch.
Here's Rajai Davis. His batting average down to 221 with a home run, 10 runs batted in. Got terrific speed, gets jammed, pops one up. Morales toward the railing on the dugout, makes the catch. There's out number 2. Rajai Davis now 2 for his last 20, as Donaldson, who had the leadoff double, is still at second base.
Number 2, shortstop, Pennington.
Getting an early pitch count out. 1 pitch out for Joe Saunders. It gives you an opportunity to pitch deep in the game.
Those things have been few and far between up and down that rotation and the bullpen. The 1 pitch outs.
Well, we try to keep tabs on that, too. And that's a big thing. If you get 4 or 5 1 pitch outs during the course of the game, you're going to see that starting pitcher in that 7th and 8th inning.
Cliff Pennington, who had a single.
10 batters faced so far for Joe Saunders, 8 first pitch strikes, which is solid.
Pennington 1 for 1 with that base hit in the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Out to shallow left. Derek Ibar stepping onto the outfield grass. Makes the catch. Nice job by Joe Saunders. Leadoff double, leaves him stranded right there. Middle of the third, no score. Congratulations to Neil Vicerdo of our corporate sales department to the birth of his son, Dante Vicerdo, 8 pounds, 4 ounces. So congratulations from the Angels family to Neil and his family.
Big baby. Impressive. Congratulations.
Mike Napoli, Brandon Wood, Eric Ibar. It's like a scouting report. Napoli takes outside for ball 1.
Well, you can see those. There's a quarterback back in Delaware. He's like 11 or 12 years old. What, SC's already recruiting him. So you got to get early tabs.
Mike swinging through that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. His batting average at .205, a couple of home runs, 6 runs batted. Braden, no strikeouts, no walks. Napoli fouls this one off to the right. It's 1 and 2. The only hit by Braden, the double by Bobby Abreu that came with 2 outs in the first inning. He was stranded there at first, or second, pardon me, in the first.
Oh, what a strike throw. Only 7 walks in 48 innings pitched so far this season for Dallas Braden. Around the zone.
Here's a 1-2. Got him with a fastball. And there is out number 1. Hey, fans, give your dad or grad the hottest ticket in town with the Angels Dad and Grad Pack, starting as low as $94. The Dad and Grad Pack includes a ticket to the U2 concert in June at Angels Stadium and tickets to 3 Angels games. Hurry and order your Dad and Grad Pack today at angelsbaseball.com. Brandon Wood steps in, takes outside for ball 1. Woody batting .168, a couple of home runs, 5 runs batted in. Tied up on that fastball.
Well, you can see how effective, even at 88 miles an hour. The pitch before when he struck out Napoli at 89 inside. It's that location of that pitch.
Off speed there makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braden came in with a mark of 4-2 and had .333 ERA.
Right back in with another fastball.
Brandon gets jammed out to shallow right. Gabe Gross comes in to his right, puts it away. Route number 2.
What I like about Braden, too, is he doesn't waste pitches. 0-2, a lot of people just like to waste it, throw it way off the outside corner or throw it way up and in, but he threw it in there with a purpose. He got a jam shot, got an easy out with it.
He's got okay numbers against the Angels in his career. As Eric Ibar steps in, shows bunt, takes high. 2 and 3 and a .438 ERA for Braden. And here at the Big A, 2 and 1 with an earning of 3.38. This one rolled foul. Eric Ibar's actually hit him pretty good throughout his career at .412 batting average. But it's 0 for 1.
You look at him and when he's throwing fastballs in, you got to go inside out too with that fastball and shoot it to right center field.
On the corner for strike 2. Off speed, got him. 2 strikeouts in the inning. For Dallas Braden, he's retired 7 in a row. No score after 3. For the AT&T trivia question, of course, with Dallas Braden taking the hill to start after the perfect game, why not talk about Mike Witt, who threw the only perfect game in Angels history back in '84? Last game of the year, who started for Texas?
How about Bobby Witt against Mike Witt?
That's a pretty good guess. Kevin Brown? Is that too early for Kevin?
I thought he might have came up around 86 or 87. Around that range.
2, 3, and 4 due up for the A's. Rosales, Barton, and Kuzminoff. Off the end of the bat, right back to Joe Saunders. 1 out. Maybe it was Charlie Huff still pitching for Texas then?
Yeah, oh yeah. That unbelievable knuckleball.
Going back to Arlington Stadium, that last out. Toby Harrah grounding out.
Bobby Griggs playing first.
Yeah.
Bob Boone behind the plate. Mike Witt had an incredible curveball.
Is that Rob Wilfong at second?
Looked like him. Besides, Mike Witt could play some golf too.
That curveball from Mike Witt was ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't really like getting locked up against him. You were going to have to throw up a bunch of zeros to get a no decision.
Mike had come up a couple of years before that. Was great rookie season. Yeah, great, but good rookie season. I think he was 5th in the American League and Rookie of the Year voting that year. Joe Saunders tonight, very economical. Thus far, having thrown 38 pitches, 26 for strikes, 2 punch outs. And we're seeing a very aggressive Oakland Athletics bunch. Hacking early in the count. 0-2 pitch. Barton takes high, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barton went down looking in the first inning. Strike him out, throw him out, double play that ended that inning.
Similar situation, 0-2, went fastball in, then he went fastball away to finish him off the first at bat.
Popped up. Juan Rivera comes in. 2 outs. Now this is the guy that we've grown accustomed to seeing over the years. I mean, he's coming after guys throwing strikes.
40 pitches so far, 27 strikes. But the reality is it sinks in after a while. You have to sometimes step back and listen to Mike Butcher, Mike Socha when they talk to you about being aggressive in the zone. I mean, Mike Butcher's all about throwing that first pitch strike, which he's been effective with tonight, but also just believing in your fastball. All your pitches are set up with your fastball if you get ahead of the count. Otherwise, it's a difficult situation. Now, after that fastball, you go to the changeup.
2 balls and no strikes.
So now in a situation where just trust your stuff. Go fastball in the outside part of the plate. We're going to go back with a changeup. It'll probably be on the outside corner.
Off the end of the bat, Napoli will take it himself. It's another 1, 2, 3 inning. Nicely done. Second time in this one that he's retired to sign an order. No scores. We head to the bottom of the 4th. came out young, don't you?
God, how great is that? Little guy, little right-hander.
Take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Who started for the Rangers in Mike Witt's perfect game? The last game of the year, 1984. Charlie Huff.
Way to go, Victor.
That was a talk about flat-out guess. I wasn't even sure if Charlie was still with Texas.
25 years in the big leagues for Charlie. Charlie was instrumental in having me retired, as a matter of fact. It was nice of him.
Is he still living out here? For a while, he lived out in the Brea area. Son Aaron went to Brea Olinda High School. 2, 3, and 4. Kendrick, Abreu, and Hunter here against Dallas Braden. Howie 0 for 1.
Well, when that knuckler was working, he had no chance. I remember George Brett telling me he'd hate to face him because not only he was going to have a bad game against him, but he'd have a bad game for the next 3 or 4 times out after swinging at that knuckleball. Chasing butterflies.
Jam shot over to Derek Barton. There's out number 1. The thing of it is, too, is that everyone, you see a knuckleball, you look at Tim Wakefield now because he's pretty much the only guy doing it on an everyday basis. And it's not thrown very hard. Charlie, having caught him back in '93 in the bullpen for the Marlins, not only threw that soft one, but when he threw the hard one, there was seriously no chance of 1 hitting it or 2 even catching it. You just hoped it hit your body.
I hated playing catch with anybody throwing a knuckleball. You just can't catch it.
I mean, he himself would tell you, I don't know where it's going.
I often wondered how an umpire behind the plate could actually call a strike, because how would you even know? You're just guessing as it crossed the plate.
Abreu off the end of the bat. 2 outs. Might set the record for most 1-3 putouts in this game on both sides. Twice now for the A's. Saunders has picked up 3 of them. So 2 outs, nobody on now for Torrey Hunter, who had a fly ball to right field to end the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Very little wind.
Well, if you sit, whether in the on-deck circle or in the bench, you try to figure out a pitcher's patterns, but he throws that slow breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate, will throw that fastball inside, changing it up, not going that same pattern each and every time.
Torrey went around, according to Phil Cuzzy. It's no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. A little bit late on that fastball. It's 1, no balls and 2 strikes still. Torrey with 20 RBIs, second on this Angels team in that category. 1 RBI shy of 900 in his career. In that stretch in which he was not driving in any runs, it has done so with some regularity of late. Having picked up 13 RBIs over the last 12 games. The 1-2. Reaching for that one and tapping it foul.
And that was a very good changeup by Braden against Torrey. Really got a piece of it. You see how well Braden feels his position. He's very active on the mound. He's allowed no stolen bases so far this season. So you got to bunch some hits together against him. He doesn't walk many guys, so it's all about getting 2 or 3 hits in an inning. He will give up a home run on occasion.
He's allowed 4 this year as Torrey pops one up to shallow right. Gabe Gross is there. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Dallas Braden. Through 4 here at the Big A. No score. Goldstein's legendary performance. On this day back in 1967, Mickey Mantle hit his 500th career home run, the 6th player to date to reach that plateau.
Wasn't he the only Yankee or only player to ever hit one completely out of the old Yankee Stadium?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's a great word.
You could use it just about anywhere.
You talk about a guy with this. He was the 5-tool player, no question about it. Could run before those knees gave out on him, but great defender, just tremendous power. Hit for an average. He's one of the all-time greats.
What was it like watching him play as a kid?
Well, I was around in '67, so I did get to see that. My brother's favorite player. At 1-3 again.
One away. Jake Fox now 0 for 2. Brings up Landon Powell, the catcher.
It's a 4th ground ball to Joe Saunders in the game.
Good sign that he's getting hitters out in front, working that changeup nicely.
Just 45 pitches here with 1 out in the 5th.
Off the glove. Howie Kendrick's got time. Powell doesn't run that well. But Saunders gets credit there. It'll be 1-4-3 on the putout.
So I just wanted to make sure everyone was involved in the play, so he gets a 1-4-3.
I love it how pitchers look at their gloves.
It's the glove's fault.
It's the glove's fault. Like all of a sudden there's a hole in the glove.
That was a nice play by Howie, too. A lot of times as a second baseman, you'll think you have to use the bare hand to make that play. With spin off the glove of the pitcher, it's a difficult play, but he had time. Powell doesn't run real well. He's able to make the play. See what their Exmo show. He looked into the glove, knew he had some time, gathered himself. Good throw over the first base.
Josh Donaldson takes a breaking ball for a strike. He had his first career double leading off the third and was stranded there. A catcher by trade, serving as the DH today. As that changeup is in the dirt, they wanted to appeal. Phil says he did not.
Wow. Thought he went on that pitch.
See how the head goes up there? That's the last thing you want to be doing, because you start exposing that neck area.
Ball went off his glove all the way up underneath the catcher's mask and knocked it off Mike Napoli.
This one back off the mound. Donaldson's picked up a couple of hits, so he's 2 for 2. This one comes with 2 outs.
But if you're Joe Saunders, that's okay. You're going to give up some hits. As long as you're aggressive, throwing strikes, a ground ball, most times will be in an infield, you get it out. That time it wasn't. It was out the middle for a base hit. You can take that anytime.
They'll face a left-hand hitting Gabe Gross. The strikeout victim in the third. Gross did not mean to go. It did. Snowballs at a strike.
And another first pitch strike for Joe Saunders. Again, if you're around the zone enough, you'll get a guy to swing a pitch out of the zone because you've shown consistency.
Fastball missing outside. 1-1. 12 of 17 first pitch strikes. Having thrown 51 pitches, 33 of them for strikes. 1-1 pitch. Bouncer over to first, foul.
And now you got him set up again. Last time you were able to get a swing and miss on a breaking pitch off the outside corner of the pitch on the outer half again. It's all about setting up a hitter. Well, you track the ball on the outside part of the plate, and then you throw a little wrinkle on it by throwing a slider. You can get a swing and miss.
Dave Gross in his first year. The Oakland A's, that's been the last couple with the Tampa Bay Rays.
And with that breaking pitch again.
Called strike 3. Down goes Gross. Brian Honora brings him up. Gross doesn't like it. The middle of the 5th here at the Big A. No score. With a couple of strikeouts, no walks. Saunders with 3 punch-outs and no walks. 3 hits for Oakland, 1 for the Angels. Kendra Morales, Hideki Matsui, Juan Rivera to face the left-hander. And Brian Honora calls that one a strike.
And a lot of times an umpire will go along with it. If you're around the zone close enough, you'll get a borderline pitch. As well it should be if you're consistently around the zone.
Morales is 0 for 1 with a pop-up. Skies went out to center field. Playable for Rajay Davis. 1 out. Time now for the Lexus pursuing perfection. Talking about perfect games in Dallas Braden. That's all 19 of them. Remember John Montgomery Ward back in 1880? He went on to open up a big department store.
No question.
Don Larson's perfect game in the World Series, of course. Catfish Hunter, the other perfect game thrown by an Oakland Athletic.
We're talking to David Cohn right after that perfecto. He said he couldn't breathe the last couple outs of the game. And then when he gets the final out, they piled on top of him. Then again, he literally couldn't breathe when everyone was on top of him.
It was the last time that a team had been involved in perfect games in back-to-back seasons was the Yankees, Cone, and of course Boomer Wells. The Tampa Bay Rays have had perfect games thrown against them in consecutive years. Mark Burley last year, Braden last week. Matsui off the end of the bat to shallow center field. Long run in for Davis, not going to get it. He falls in for a base knock. And those are the type of things when you've got 2 guys that are dealing as well as they are, and both good off-speed pitchers hitting their spots. Those are the type of hits to expect tonight.
Especially when you're going to pitch inside, you're going to jam them, or if an elevated pitch on the outside part. I mean, the little things you got to do. You just got to put the ball in play and trust that somehow you'll get a break here and there, and that's what happened for Matsui. Last at bat, he hit it well, the right center field, and it was caught. This time it falls in for a hit.
Brings up Juan Rivera, who hit the ball well his first at bat. Skying went out to left, so he's 0 for 1.
Well, you would think this would be a good matchup for Juan Rivera because he likes the ball in the inner half of the plate. Dallas Braden throws a lot of fastballs in, throws the breaking ball down and in. The only pitch that could give Juan some trouble would be that changeup off the outside corner.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Powell doesn't mess around. When he wants a fastball on the inside part of the plate, he's almost behind the hitter.
Did you like that as a pitcher?
You know what? I prefer my catcher just to kind of stay in middle and just kind of frame the outside corner, inside corner. I know exactly where I was trying to hit the shin guards. That's what I was trying to hit most times. But if you're a location guy, it's a good idea. He's going fastball back inside again. You can see him set behind Juan Rivera.
On the ground to the right side, Rosales dives. He's got it. Can't get it out of his glove. And when he did, just could not find a way to get the ball to first base. So it should be an infield single for Juan Rivera. That'll put 2 on with 1 out.
It was a good piece of hitting by Juan Rivera, but almost a spectacular play by Rosales. But when he tried to get up to make the throw, he literally couldn't get a grip on the baseball to be able to flip it over to first. He had some time to get Rivera running down the line. Fastball, 4-seam fastball behind the Exmo will show that, but a good level swing, though, for Juan. Went the other way with it. Great range for Rosales, but he couldn't get up to be able to make the throw. And that's, at that point, hold on to the baseball. Otherwise, you could throw that ball, it goes into the dugout.
Just turned the wrong way. So Matsui at second base, Rivera over at first. Mike Napoli, who was a strikeout victim in the third, steps up. Takes outside for ball 1. Big slow curveball is in there. That evens the count at 1-1. Article today, not necessarily taking a shot at Mike Napoli, but talking about Jeff Mathis and the pitcher's ERA with Mathis behind the plate versus Mike. Long pause for Braden. That one's fouled off to the right.
You know what? If you're a pitcher, you make the pitches. You know, Mike does a good job of blocking pitches in the dirt. He frames the ball well. He's calling pitches. If you don't like the pitch he's calling, you can shake him off. It's your responsibility as a pitcher.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, to me, an article like that is flat out garbage when it comes to guys not watching what's happening on the field. Because if you've watched this ball club over the first 6 weeks of the season, you've seen guys, with the exception of Jared Weaver and Yoel Pinheiro, on a consistent basis, not throwing strikes. And to me, at the end of the day, the guy on the mound is the guy that's calling the game. The catcher's merely making suggestions based on the scouting reports. Napoli goes down swinging. I just think for a guy that has grinded it out, getting a chance to catch every day now with the injury to Mathis, and of course the injury to Bobby Wilson, to write an article such as that at this time, I don't think it's fair to the guy who's behind the plate or the guy that lives with him. That's the guy who's on the DL and Jeff Mathis.
Well, I mean, there's always been that, description of Mike Napoli being a guy with tremendous power, solid behind the plate, but then you make the comparison with Jeff Mathis, incredibly good defensively behind the plate, solid offensively. So both these guys have their weaknesses and their strengths.
Brandon Wood swinging to the first pitch, pops it up. Derek Barton will make the catch, and it's a third out of the inning. The Angels get a couple on, cannot capitalize. Through 5, we're still scoreless.
Mike Napoli gets that strikeout, throw him out, perfect catch and throw down to Brandon Wood. You can see that hand not on the base, on the foot of Brandon Wood. Tremendous job by Mike Napoli. And that was the Coors Light Free Stand, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
That was back in the first inning. Joe Saunders has had 3 men reach, all 3 on hits in the first inning. He had the leadoff double by Josh Donaldson in the third, and he was stranded at second base, and the 2-out single to Donaldson. He was stranded at first. So nice job thus far for Saunders. 53 pitches, 35 for strikes, as he'll face 9, 1, and 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Rajay Davis takes a curveball inside. Davis popped out with Donaldson at second base on the first pitch he saw in the foul ground, so he's 0 for 1. Good off-speed pitch there. Pops him up to shallow left center. Long run in for Torian Juan. It'll be Juan making the catch for out number 1. Hey fans, the Angels Friends and Family Fun Pack presented by JetBlue is a great deal. Enjoy 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks for just $44. The next Friends and Family Fun Pack game takes place this Sunday, May 16th, as the Angels host these Athletics. Purchase your family fun pack today at angelsbaseball.com. Cliff Pennington, the shortstop at the plate, shows Button takes a strike. Had a couple of A's hitters look back to Brian O'Nora. Gabe Gross did so when he struck out looking to end the 5th inning. Pennington there. As we've talked about any number of times, for a home plate umpire, as long as they're consistent on both sides, it's all you can hope for. Pennington hits that one foul. It's no balls, 2 strikes.
And Brian O'Nora has established his strike zone. He's been staying within that strike zone also. He hasn't variated out of it. He hasn't called pitches that are up in the zone. He's basically called down, in and out. So as a hitter, that's what you got to track. If it's a pitch in that spot, you got to be swinging.
0-2 on its way. Pennington's hacking and fouls it straight back.
These two guys are locked into just a solid pitching matchup. This is reminiscent of last year when Joe Saunders knew he wasn't going to a ton of runs scored against Zach Greinke. At that point of the season last year, was dominant. Win that game 1-0. When you see a guy, you're locked up against a guy who threw a perfect game, you know you got to be on your game, and that's why Joe Saunders has been throwing a lot of strikes, being aggressive. Dallas Braden's been throwing the ball exceptionally well himself. You see why he's capable of throwing a game like that. Inside, fastball, changeup away, elevates.
Missing down low, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pennington 1 for 2, had that single in the first and popped out in the 3rd inning.
Look at overall stuff for Dallas Braden and what he's done in the past. Been always pretty good, but not a guy that you assume would be a #1 type guy in a rotation. But he's established himself that way now.
Off speed, chopper to short. Ibar's got it on 2 hops. A little trouble getting that ball out of his glove, but retires Pennington for round number 2.
This play by Eric coming in on that one too. But back to Dallas Braden. I mean, you could tell by the confidence level. I mean, whether it was when he was a wake-up call from A-Rod running across the mound there. I mean, a lot of people have talked about it. I firmly agree with what he had said about that. And you could see the focus. You could see right there. And he's been throwing the ball very well. No walks. That's why he's effective. Obviously, no walks in that perfecto the other day on Mother's Day. Around the zone, pitching inside.
Two outs. As Adam Rosales is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Here's the 1-0. On the corner, 1-1.
A good sequence. Slow curveball on the outside part. Just missed the zone. Comes right back with that fastball at 90. The big thing for Joe Saunders, backing up that fastball, the sinking fastball with a changeup. Now he's going back out with that fastball. He's able to hit his spots. Not a bad spot. 91 with sink. Now a lot of times you'll get a hitter to swing at that. If he does anything with it, he might roll over, hit a ground ball to shortstop. And right back again with that fastball.
Missed down low. 3 balls and a strike. And 3-1. That one down low, and Rosales draws the walk. First walk issued in this game. Rosales doesn't waste a whole lot of time getting to his base. And it'll bring up Derek Barton, the left-hand hitting first baseman, who's 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the first, at a fly ball to left in the 4th. Mike Napoli and Saunders are going to go on and have a conversation. First meeting out on the mound. Both Saunders and Braden have been cruising along. There was one instance in which there was a foul ball up the third base line that Braden kind of came off the mound. Landon Powell started to walk towards Braden. Braden just kind of yelled what he wanted, and Powell immediately turned back around. The 1-0. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes.
He's a firm believer in this. You know, you don't want to slow down the tempo of a starting pitcher or any pitcher in general. even though you want to go out there and talk about what you want to go out after that particular batter with, but if he knows, you guys talked about it a couple hours before the game, just stay with your game plan. Don't slow down your tempo.
And everyone's different as far as their game plan, but you look at the way Joe has thrown the ball in this game, you do want to keep him on that right path, the right mindset, attacking the zone as he has so far tonight. Throw over to first, and Gonzalez is back.
The more time in between pitches, the more time you're going to think. The reality is, as much as you like to go think your way through some points of the game, if you just grab the baseball and throw and hit your spots, you should be all right. Just like a hitter. If you go out there and think, well, what's he going to throw me here? Well, chances are you're going to guess wrong and they're going to get you out.
Another throw. Gonzalez again back safely. Two one. Barton bouncing back to Saunders. Is out number 3. Nicely done by Joe Saunders. Middle of the 6th. No score here at the Big A. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit at AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. Bottom of the 6th inning, no score. Both teams with 3 hits. Great matchup between Joe Saunders and Dallas Braden. And here at the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be 1, 2, and 3 for the Halos. Ibar, Kendrick, and Abreu. Big slow curveball is in for a strike. I always think that's such a great pitch for a guy that's known for bunting. It gives your corner infielders an opportunity to crash if he wants to try to drop it down. You're basically hitting into an out.
Exactly, because of the speed of the pitch. A lot of chance to react.
And he pushes this one past Barton. It's a foot race to the bottom. Ibar has himself an infield single. Talk about perfect placement.
Boy, he tracked that slow breaking pitch, and then this time, like you said, he got the fastball, was able to push it, because that way they're crashing in, but they didn't have time to react. He gets by a perfect bunt. I remember watching Alfredo Griffin do that a ton of times when he was playing with the Toronto Blue Jays at that point of his career. Very good as far as push bunt. He's worked a lot with Eric Ibar. Exmo will show the fastball up, a pitch you can push and go with it down the first base line.
Snap throw to first base. Ibar is back. That's one of those pitches, too, that can easily get popped up if you're trying to bunt. You drop that bat barrel down a little bit. But the Angels get their leadoff man on board for the first time tonight against Braden. They had 2 base runners in the 5th and did nothing with them. Kendrick showing bunt. Pushes one up the first base line. This one will go foul. unless Braden lets it roll into fair ground.
Well, the Angels will take that. That would be the job well done. I'm surprised.
I don't understand what the point of that was.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he's trying to do anyhow.
I mean, if you let it roll back towards the line at that point, then just go ahead and take the out and put Ibar at second base.
That had a chance of rolling fair by the end. It was working its way back.
Kendrick again showing bunt early. Takes low for ball one.
That's the thing, when you have a pitcher like Dallas Braden who has such a good move at first base, no stolen bases allowed this season, a couple pickoffs. Best defense against that is a hit and run. That's when you see the Angels, if they get an opportunity at some point, depending on if the bunt is successful, a hit and run may be their best chance to get a guy in scoring position.
Dangerous part about it being that Braden is a very good pickoff move. There's one of the moves.
It's more of a show me one. Yeah, it was one that was not his A move. He also has a step off quick throw over the first base also.
One. Pushed over to first base. Barton will field it. Rosales is covering, and they get the out at first. There's a sacrifice as Ibar moves to second base.
Well, that was nearly successful too, getting by the first baseman, Eric Martin. That would have been another base hit. Especially with the second baseman covering, that could get in all the way into the outfield. Job well done by Howie. In that number 2 slot now. Playing catch, level back. Job now in scoring position.
And this is the reason, one of the reasons, aside from the struggles that the Angels have had, for the lineup change. Now you've got 2 guys at the top of the order that kind of can handle the bat a little bit and then set up the opportunity for the guys in the middle part of the lineup to drive them home as Bobby takes a breaking ball for a strike, as opposed to getting Ibar on base to lead off the inning. And all of a sudden you're asking Abreu, who is a run producer, maybe to do a little too much. Here, you don't have to worry about moving the runners. You don't have to worry about Ibar stealing a base. Let Kendrick move him over and put 3 and 4 and 5 in the position to drive in multiple runs.
Also flexibility in that lineup. You go switch hitter, right-handed hitter, left-handed hitter, right-handed hitter. You switch it up. So when the time comes for Guerin to go to the bullpen, then your situation's different. Instead of having 3 or 4 lefties set up in a row in your lineup, or 3 or 4 righties. So it's flexibility for Mike Sosa.
So military lineup, right, left, right, left.
There you go.
Up and down. 1-1. Down low, 2 balls in his strike. Bobby had that double in the first inning. He'll come back to Braden in the 4th.
Though Braden's done well against lefties this year, just 195 coming into this game, he doesn't really have that pitch on the inner half to be as effective against a left-handed batter. So this is a good scenario for Bobby Abreu.
Down low, 3 balls in his strike. First base open, perhaps giving himself an opportunity for a double play ball. He has handled Torrey Hunter thus far in this one. 0 for 2 with a couple of fly balls to right. Braden has just thrown his first 3-ball count of this game. Upstairs, ball 4. So Braden issues his first walk. Both pitchers having allowed 1 base on balls. 2 on, 1 out now for Torrey.
Torrey in this spot right now, Dallas Braden more apt to throw that changeup first pitch on the outer half. You got to go with it. Got to go to right field. Can't try to pull that pitch. Because Torrey's going to go up there being aggressive, looking for something on the inner half. But Braden's been very effective throwing that changeup in this time when you think it's going to be an inner half.
Ibar at second, Abreu over at first. Torrey takes a strike on the inside part of the plate. Mentioned the 0 for 2, a couple of lazy fly balls out to right. Looking for that career RBI number 900 for Torrey Hunter.
Might as well make it 902. But one swing.
Oh, one. Pulls that one foul just in front of Dino Ebel.
All that conditioning work he does for the games, Dino, worked out for him. Quick. .351 with runners in scoring position this season. .280 in his career. Torrey and the Angels could use a big base hit in this spot. 0-2. Let's try to fight it off, put it in play. Good speed on the bases for the Angels.
No, 2 from Braden. Shot foul. This one off the screen in the first base dugout. Count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Torrey now backs out. Braden taking too much time. Braden's thrown 72 pitches, 52 for strikes. Well, he picked up those 3 strikeouts. You see the defense for Oakland playing it pretty much straight up. Davis in center, a couple of steps to pull to left center. 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A fake by the catcher, Landon Powell. Derek Barton, the first baseman, didn't even break toward the bag.
That's pretty close to a strike also. That cost him a strike. That movement standing up out of the crouch position.
Chop foul at the plate. Look at Torrey, the ribs.
Right off the ribs. He hit with a couple foul balls in Seattle.
Off his leg. I think he had one earlier this week against the Rays.
That's when you're getting a pitch down, out over the plate or the outside corner, you're rolling over on it to be able to foul off. He's got to think in lines of hitting it hard in the right center field. And inside out.
Huge foul. This one off the end of the bat. Good changeup. Well, we've seen that fastball located well. Big curveball from Dallas Braden. Now the circle change coming into effect. Another 1-2, and Torrey pulls this one foul.
Big battle for Torrey. Some tough pitches, even foul off. Down in the zone, changing speeds. Braden's making Torrey Hunter expand his strike zone. Working down and around the dirt with that changeup, sinking the fastball.
7 pitches seen by Torrey thus far. Check swing. They want an appeal. He went around, says Phil Cozy. 2 outs.
Sort of that textbook pitching right there. Dallas Braden, after a couple changeups down, runs a fastball in the inside part of the plate. Torrey trying to start the bat head, unable to do and stop it. Exmo will show. Definitely went through the zone.
So 2 outs, 2 on for Kendry Morales. Kendry's 0 for 2. He's popped out and hit a fly ball out to center. Now Powell and Braden again will talk things over.
Well, this is a pretty good sequence by Dallas Braden. Fastball on the inside part at 87, a slow curveball at 76, fastball again 88, fastball on the outside part at 90. Another sinking fastball, changeup, another changeup, and then back in with that fastball, cut fastball off the plate at 88.
Kendrick Morales to left field, a base hit. Eyeball being waved home. Jake Fox's throw is not in time. 1-0 Angels. Kendrick Morales with his 23rd RBI of the season.
Well, that ball was hit so hard, Jake Fox had a tough time getting it out of his glove. That might have been even a closer play. But Kendrick Morales coming through once again. RBI number 23. Next one show the breaking pitch. Didn't do a whole lot. Stayed up in the zone. Here's Fox charging it. Had a tough time getting it out of the glove. That did a little bit of hesitation allowed Eric Ibar to come safely in for the first run of the game.
Boy, Ibar had a terrific jump from second base. And the Angels break through here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Dallas Braden. And it all started with that man and that bunt single leading off the frame. Here's Hideki Matsui, who's 1 for 2. Landon Powell, the catcher, calling time.
Talked about how the Angels had to bunch a couple hits together. They got 2 hits this inning, a walk. Braden will not make too many mistakes, but that pitch right there was one of the few he made in the game. It was up in the zone.
Matsui lays off the off-speed for ball 1. Hideki had that drive out to deep right center field that was caught by Davis in the 2nd inning, and then a little bloop single trying to get him going. You've got Abreu at second and Morales over at first. Matsui drills one to deep right. Going back is Gross. Gone! 3-run Jimmy Jack for Hideki Matsui. 4-0 Angels.
What a swing from Matsui. Talked about Braden may have a difficult task against some lefties. Bobby Abreu with some good at-bats against him. Matsui with 3 solid at-bats now. Base hit, now a 3-run shot. A deep shot to right center field. Let's now show that pitch to the inside part of the plate again. Not as effective against lefties going inside, and Matsui made him pay for it. That ball got out in a heartbeat. It is the best play in baseball, by the way.
No doubt about it. Juan Rivera takes a strike. First home run since April 22nd. The Rallyzilla getting it going. 5th home run of the year. Comebacker to Braden. But the damage done. 4 runs in. RBI single by Kendrick Morales. But then Godzilla goes boom. 4-0 Angels after 6. Just great sound right there off the bat of Hideki Matsui. 3-run shot, his 5th home run of the year. It is a 4-0 Angels lead as we start the top of the 7th here. Kevin Kuzman off Jake Fox and Landon Powell to face Joe Saunders. Saunders delivers a strike.
Talk about the need for a shutdown any more than ever for Joe Saunders here. First pitch for a strike.
Now went up and into Kuzman off, evens the count. The A's third baseman 0 for 2, a fly ball to right and a bouncer back to Saunders. Joe's been terrific in this ball game. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Good changeup pulled and nice diving stop by Brandon Wood. 1 out.
A nice play and stop with some good range for Brandon, getting up and throwing a firm throw over to first base, not taking any time to making that great stop. Going to that glove side, getting up and throwing a good throw, strong throw over to Kendall Morales to get Kuzman off to get that first out.
Left fielder Jake Fox steps in now. Fox is 0 for 2 with a fly ball to right and a bouncer back to Saunders. This one over to short. Ibar getting rid of it quickly. 2 very quick outs here to start the 7th. Hey fans, are you looking to entertain a large group for the U2 concert at Angel Stadium on June the 6th or the 7th? There are a wide variety of suite locations and sizes available for either concert date, as Mark Gubas wants to go as well. For more information or to reserve your U2 suite, call 714-940-2094 today.
Go. I was like waving my hand like,
yeah, you were.
Oh, Mr. Cotter, Mr. Cotter. Can I go?
Landon Powell takes a first pitch strike.
No time in between pitches for Joe Saunders. Second batter get that 1 pitch out here in the 7th with the 75 pitches.
It's the longest outing already for Joe Saunders since April 17th. That was that start in Toronto in which the Angels swept the Blue Jays over the weekend. Saunders going 8 innings in that game, giving up no earned runs on 107 pitches. As we stand right now, 77 pitches for Joe with 2 outs here in the 7th. Powell lays off of that one. It's 3 balls and a strike.
This is the spot right now. If you're Joe Saunders, just throw that fastball right down the middle of the plate. Trust the movement. Worst case scenario, he hits it out. So what? It's 4-1, but you don't want to get them thinking they're back in the game with a walk.
Strike on the outside corner, full count. Dallas Braden sitting in the same spot, locked in. Nice little 2-out rally for the Angels, especially after Torrey Hunter struck out. That base hit by Morales, a 3-run home run by Matsui. Powell takes a cold strike, 3. Down he goes. He doesn't like the call. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch time at the Big A. The Halos up 4-0. mentioned thus far in this one, Gooby, it's been all Joe Saunders.
Joe Saunders aggressive around the strikes on that breaking pitch on the outside. Get Gabe Gross. Same spot again, getting the fastball on the outside part of the plate, but then Matsui goes big fly. Godzilla with the gorilla, a 3-run shot. Halo's up 4-0, bottom of the 7th.
Dallas Braden back out there to start the bottom of the 7th inning. He'll face 8, 9, and 1. Napoli, Wood, and then Ibar. Ibar got things started in that 6th inning with that push bunt. Eventually came around to score the first run on the single by Kendry Morales. Napoli tonight 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Braden has thrown 83 pitches thus far. That one's pulled up the third base line. That's a fair ball. Napoli hits the bag at first, heads to second with a leadoff double. 5th two-bagger of the year for Mike Napoli.
A good swing, too, for Napoli. He's been so good defensively tonight. Hits that right down the third base line. Pitch on the inner half, turns on it. It's a by Kuzmanov. Leadoff double. You got to keep applying pressure on this Oakland club. Keep scoring those runs.
Brandon Wood 0 for 2. Couple of pop-ups.
In a situation you might see Brandon asked to bunt again.
Shows bunt, puts it up the third base line. Nicely done. Kuzma off to Barton. The sacrifice works as Napoli moves over to third. Here's our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. See Mike Napoli talking to Dino Ebel and Eric Ibar coming up. Eric Ibar with a single and a run in the 6th inning. 22 runs this year, tied for the team lead.
They did a great job not only with that bunt to get on base, but get a good jump from second base to score on that base hit by Kendry Morales. Now the infield in. Contact play will be on for the Angels.
Ibar, cue shot over to short. Pennington's got it coming home and sliding in as Napoli is out at the play. There's on to the 2. Ibar reaches on the fielder's choice.
Jammed in this snub, a slow roller, but the contact play was on, and Napoli's going to be out rather easily at home plate. Jump, secondary lead, going right on contact. But great at Pennington, the shortstop, who makes that strong throw to the plate.
So it's up to Howie Kendrick to keep the inning alive with Ibar over at first base, reaching on that fielder's choice. Howie puts one out into right. Gross is there, makes the catch. There's out number 3. First 7 here at the Big A. The Angels shutting out the A's 4-0. keys to the game. It was all about Joe Saunders. What do you think tonight?
Great career mark against the A's. 9-4, 4-1 last season. Dominant performance. Throwing a lot of strikes, getting some quick one-pitch outs. Aggressive. This is Joe Saunders we're accustomed to seeing. Believing in his ability, believing in his stuff.
He's only thrown 80 pitches thus far through 7 innings. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. This is the guy that has done a little damage against him. 2 hits. He's 2 for 2 is Josh Donaldson, the DH. A single and a double. Double his first big league two-bagger that came in the 3rd. As he takes inside, and it's 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow night it'll be Justin Dukeshire going for the A's. He'll be coming off of the DL. You see the bullpen starting to stretch it out. Brian Fuentes and Kevin Jepson.
It's the bands they have down there in the bullpen to simulate a throwing motion to be able to get the arm loose if they're called upon and not to waste as many throws to get ready.
1-2 up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dukeshire tomorrow will be going up against Irvin Santana. Then on Sunday, Trevor Cahill up against Joel Pinheiro. There's Justin Dukeshire.
He's had great stuff. It's been health. It's been an issue for him.
This one popped up to shallow right. Bobby Abreu comes hustling in. Winner's out number 1. Angel fans, help send your favorite Angels to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at angelsbaseball.com. That's it. All you got to do is log on to angelsbaseball.com and vote up to 25 times for your 2010 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often, and vote Angels. Vote today at angelsbaseball.com.
All-Star Game not too far away now.
That's where the Bo Jackson home run landed off Rick Russell out straightaway center field, about 725 feet away from home plate.
That ball was crushed, and it had some great sound, too.
And speaking of that All-Star Game, don't forget about the people All-Stars among us. Last year's Angels representative, Christine Shively, who does such terrific work with Knots of Love. We had her up here, what was it, first week of the season. She's a great lady, great organization. If you want to get involved, obviously go to knotsoflove.org.
Extremely upbeat, loves what she's doing, loves what the whole foundation has done, just to brighten some people's smiles up.
Gross takes a strike. If you're not familiar with what Christine Shively does, make hand-knitted and hand-crocheted chemo caps. They make 3,200 per month. They distribute them throughout the 50 states, Mexico, Canada, overseas. As Gross goes down swinging for out number 2. To date, 49,000 caps, courtesy of Christine and all of her unbelievable volunteers.
That is amazing too. Think about what they do and how good it makes the recipient of those caps feel. Be loved by somebody in some organization going through a difficult time.
Rajay Davis takes outside for ball 1.
Let's go back to that one pitch there he just got Gabe Gross. What a perfect spot for Joe Saunders. Underneath the hands, pitching inside for that fastball to get the punch out. 3 times he's got Gross tonight.
Two balls and a strike. Davis, sounded like he broke his back. Gonna have to hurry. Is there a high ball? And Davis has got terrific speed. Legs it out for an infield single.
Number 2, shortstop, Cliff Pennington.
We got down the line so fast, Davis. Really, when you get an arm like Ibar to be able to beat it that easily, you can tell how quick he gets down the line. Just jammed him enough. He's thinking, infield hit right away out of the batter's box. 12 stolen bases on the season also, though probably not in this situation thinking about stealing a bag down 4-0.
We've got Cliff Pennington, the shortstop, leadoff man, taking a strike. Pennington 1 for 3 in this one, had a single back in the first. This one gets away from Napoli, and Davis will advance to second base. Wild pitch.
Breaking pitch in the dirt. He did whatever he could. He squared his body up and hit off his hip area and squirted it away. Allow that to be a wild pitch, but he did everything he could to be able to keep it in front.
Say Brian O'Nora, the home plate umpire, has got something in his eye. Some dirt from that wild pitch. Really tended to on the warning track in front of that Angels dugout. For all the information in sports here in the Southern California area, log on to foxsportswest.com. And of course, Perfect Moment. Following his perfect game, Dallas Braden is still relishing the spotlight as he heads into tonight's game. Suns head coach Alvin Gentry says Lopez's return and Dudley coming strong off the bench will be key as they head into the Western Conference Finals. And of course, a victorious loss. Fans seem to get as much pleasure when teams or players they dislike lose. Why is that? Almost as much as having their own teams win. Matt Money Smith explains.
That's interesting. I would just pretty much like to see my team win rather than worry about a guy losing.
Pennington out of deep left center field. Torrey Hunter to his right, tracks it down. There is out number 3. Joe Saunders through 8 has been stellar. He's got a 4-0 lead.
Hard blast. Matsui goes Godzilla. Whoa! For the 3-run shot. Give it to Halos. A little 4-0 lead. A little Blue Oyster Cult for you, Victor. That was a cold, hard blast.
Go ahead and play Blue Oyster Cult. You should stick to broadcasting. Man, you got karaoke after tonight's game?
As a matter of fact.
I hear you. Bottom of the 8th inning, Abreu, Hunter Morales. It's Dallas Braden. Braden 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, but that big 6th inning in which he allowed 4 runs. The single by Kedra Morales, bringing home Eric Ibar, then that 3-run home run that Sir Blue Oyster Cult just sang to you about. Bobby Abreu is 1 for 2, had a double in the first inning, and comebacker to Braden in the 4th. Walked and scored in the 6th.
Dallas Braden going deep in the game again. Prior to that perfect game on Mother's Day, he never had thrown a complete game, let alone a shutout before. Now he's in position to put himself in that spot where he can get the complete loss. Go 8 innings to get the complete game. Hopefully that's all he's going to go is 8 innings.
Well, and really putting himself in a position to save that 9-man bullpen that the Oakland A's are featuring on a daily basis. Henry Rodriguez, one of 9 men.
How many guys are down the bullpen?
There's 9 guys in that bullpen. That doesn't happen too often, does it? 9 guys in the pen?
There's a lot of guys down in your bullpen. Granted, the American League, bench players don't get a chance to play a whole lot. But when you have 9 guys down your bullpen, you're definitely going to be going situational pitching.
2-2, got him looking. Abreu takes the breaking ball. There's out number 1. We go back to our FoxSportsWest.com poll question tonight. Will anyone ever throw back-to-back no-hitters again? Mark Gubens is in the lead. No, 70%. The yes is at 30%. Stick around after the game. The post-game show, Angels Live post-game edition with Billy Mack and Jose Mota. They'll have the final tallies. Johnny Vandermeer. And why wouldn't he throw back-to-back no-hitters? Look at that motion. Look at the uni.
Look at that deception, hiding the baseball. That is ridiculous. Back-to-back no-hitters.
Double knit wool unis. Mark Gubens, they used to wear back in Little League. It's a good look.
Oh, we had to wear dungarees or jeans, as you would say out here, and a T-shirt.
Kevin Kuzmanov going to the backhand retires Torrey Hunter for out number 2. Time now for the One West Bank One Person One Play, brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time. We go back to that 6th inning with Eric Ibar at second base and Kenji Morales bringing him home.
Well, nice job too by not only Kenji Morales but Eric Ibar, how he turned that base at third base to be able to cut off the angle to have a better chance to score that RBI for Kenji Morales.
Kendry now with 23 RBIs on the season. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, in case you're wondering, as far as rehab stints are concerned, Bobby Wilson was up in AAA Salt Lake tonight. Ended up catching the whole inning, or the whole game, I should say, all 9 innings. He went 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a home run, 2 runs batted in, a key sacrifice bunt in the bottom of the 9th when the Bees scored 3 runs to win it 5-4. And oh, by the way, in the first inning, he threw someone out.
That's a pretty good game, don't you think?
Absolutely.
It's a near perfect game for Bobby.
Doing well. Hoping to return to the Angels maybe next week. Morales reaches for this one, grounds it softly to short. Pennington's got it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dallas Braden. 8 complete. We head to the 9th. Joe Saunders going for the CG shutout. Up 4-0.
By Jack in the Box. Right now, Jack in the Box is offering a variety of menu items and letting people choose any 3 for only $3 plus tax. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side.
4-0 Angels. Adam Rosales to lead things off against Joe Saunders, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. 97 pitches thus far for Joe Saunders. His first career complete game shutout. May 9th of last year against the Royals, defeating Zach Greinke.
Well, all the talk was about Zach Greinke, just like all the talk about Dallas Braden coming into this game. Joe Saunders been outstanding. That game he threw against Greinke and the Royals last year was one of the best games I've seen played.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Brian Fuentes, Fernando Rodney in the bullpen. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two. Full count. Rosales 0 for 2, a couple of comebackers to Saunders. Drew a walk in the 6th inning, the only free pass issued by Joe.
And fastball right down the middle. Trust movement to get the out.
Payoff pitch. And he walked him. Leadoff man is on board for Derek Barton. Napoli's going to go out and have a conversation as Barton steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this one with a strikeout. A fly ball and comebacker to Saunders. 5 strikeouts for Joe. 1, check that, 2 walks now. Mike Butcher on the telephone. Barton skies one down a right field line. Abreu giving chase. Will it stay in? It will. There's out number 1. Barton can't believe it. That ball looked like it started over the stands and then came back over.
Like one of your drives on the golf course, going left to right. Look at you.
You just hit it.
Pro draw.
Too high.
That looked like it was definitely going to be foul. Even when Bobby first ran after that baseball, looked like he was just making that effort of going over, and all of a sudden it worked its way back in. Makes the play.
Kevin Kuzmanoff at the plate, 0 for 3. Will bounce it back to Saunders. He'll go to first base. 2 outs.
Tell you what, there won't be any PFP for Joe Saunders for a while. How many ground balls and technique he had there. The pitcher's mound fielding is positioned very, very well.
7 times Joe Saunders has touched the baseball as far as the put out is concerned. Dallas Braden, 8 innings for him, but would stand to take the loss. Talking to Ben Sheets, who was to his right. Jake Fox is 0 for 3 in this one. The 1-0. This one will reach the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. The only other complete game shutout this year was Irvin Santana back in early April against the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1-1. Fouled back to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was actually a complete game, not a shutout, because Adam Lind hit a home run. He took the shutout into the ninth. Last shutout for the Angels last week, May 7th, combined shutout by Jared Weaver and Scott Shields against the Mariners. 41,290 on their feet here at the Big A. Here comes the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Rangers lost tonight, big, 16-10. Pitchers battle out at the Rogers Center. A win tonight for the Halos will put them 4.5 games back from the West. 2-2. Got him swinging. Down goes Fox. And go ahead and light that baby up as Joe Saunders has gone a complete game shutout. What a great job by Saunders tonight.
Look at that smile. He was aggressive from the get-go. You got to give Mike Napoli a ton of credit for that one there. Had him going, kept the tempo going, the rhythm going. That first pitch strike, get a number of one-pitch outs. Matsui with the 3-run home run. All the aspects we talk about for a good game for the Angels as they play the AL West opponent here in the Oakland A's, who've been playing very well themselves. Great pitching, great defense, and timely hitting. They get that Ken Morales gets that base hit. Matsui with the 3-run shot, but the tone was set by that man right there, Joe Saunders, who's outstanding. 2 walks tonight, just 4 hits. Perfect changeup down in the zone. Napoli applies the tag. Tremendous, tremendous balance over that pitching rubber for Joe Saunders, and he outduels Dallas Braden coming off that perfect game, who gets a complete game himself. Solid job by both lefties tonight, showing youngsters out there how to pitch and how to attack that strike zone.
Not only does Joe Saunders pick up his 2nd win of the season, he just picked up his 50th career win. So congratulations to Joe Saunders. 9 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits allowed. He was absolutely tremendous with his control. Hideki Matsui, the big blast, but Kendra Morales got it started with the RBI single, followed by the Matsui 3-run home run. The difference in this game, 4-0. Angels win it. Let's send it down to Sean Farnham.